Anime Guide for Moms presents Plot Elements Explained. This time we're talking about Japanese tabletop games. Some life events are so typical or so traditional that you see them in anime after anime. These videos decode these events and highlight anime that feature them. Japanese tabletop games are taught in schools for cultural preservation, educational reinforcement, and to develop social skills. Traditional games like karuta teach poetry, history, Japanese language, while more strategy games are used to improve social emotional learning, critical thinking, and communication. All structured games help develop emotional regulation and are frequently used as learning tools in schools around the world. Students learn to cope with winning and losing and how to handle disappointment or frustration in a structured but safe environment. Today we're going to focus on the big three in this video, shogi, go, and karuta, but they aren't the only ones. And since most Japanese learn these games in school, they all have some familiarity with how the games work. First, shogi. It's often compared to chess as it's a strategy game with kings and pawns that move on a grid board. It's impossible to talk about shogi without mentioning the slice of life anime March Comes In Like a Lion, where Rei Kiriyama is a high schooler balancing being a professional shogi player, living on his own, and developing relationships. Shogi is so popular that according to a 2019 report from the Japan Productivity Center, 6.2 million people played shogi that year. Next we have Go, which is another strategy game played on a grid, but this time with black and white stones. Go is considered to be the oldest board game, and while it looks similar to Reversi or Othello, it's vastly more complex. Supposedly, Go was used as a benchmark in AI development when the computer could finally beat one of the top-ranked Go strategists. Lastly, we'll look at karuta, which is not played on a table, but on a tatami mat. The card matching game requires a knowledge of two-line poetry. When the caller begins chanting out the first line, the player slaps the card with the second line written on it. Chihaya Furu is an anime that primarily focuses on karuta, and is responsible for a national surge in competitive karuta clubs. The manga author has even set aside money for these clubs to help build the number of karuta players. Students might have trouble getting to know each other in a scholastic setting, but things change when you add a game. According to the Introduction to Game-Based Learning white paper written by Reeves and Gloag, they can defeat each other, work together with each other, discuss with each other, all within a framework of safety, and to whatever extent is required language acquisition. I made a call to my local game shop and asked about Japanese games. They told me that they had shogi and go, as well as a competitive player who comes in at least once a month to help teach the games to new players. They had discussed getting karuta previously, but decided it would be too distracting to the other players in the store. They might be right. There's a lot of videos to help new players get started. Long story short, games bring people together, even games in anime. At animeguideformoms.com, you can review guides for over 500 anime to help determine what is the best fit for your anime watching kids. For more anime jargon explained, reviews, subscribe to our channel. Names of the animes shown, links to references, and much more are in the description on our YouTube channel. Now, it's your move.